to be a soldier, put the city on the map, but I put them on my shoulders. And I lost niggas when I cut off all the snitches, so my circle got smaller.
What's up? Got your snacks, got your Gattor body, got your Adidas. If you don't got your snacks ready, I'll go ahead and give you some time to go ahead and get your snacks ready. I'm not gonna crush it. I'm hungry as hell right now because I just came back from a 2-hour walk. And I'm not gonna crush this because I got food already ready for me, you feel me? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. This right here is just, I get the same feeling and same sensation as when I'm in some good wet rocks. I'm trying to tell y'all. But I'm not gonna crush it though. I'm not. I'm gonna try not to at least. Pause. Sup? Yeah. Right. Okay. Right.
Being a little kid is a scary point in your life, yet you're too young and innocent to even realize it.
Shit.
I have a horrible memory from my early childhood that I wish I could simply block out completely, but I just can't. I was, I believe, 6 or 7 years old. I was at the summer rec program that my parents had signed me up for. I was in the 6 and 7-year-old group, the youngest group at the camp.
Right.
One day our group was at the playground, and some oldish man sitting on a bench started talking to me.
What?
He knew my name. I remember feeling very comfortable with him, like he seemed kind.
Wow. Wow. That was the most probably disturbing thing. I mean, granted, the video just started, and we got like 3 other stories to go, but that right there, what you just said, was probably like the most sussest, creepiest thing, weirdest thing that you said so far. You're a little ass kid, old, dusty, sus, weird, creepy, pedophile motherfucker starts talking to you, knows your name. I think that's what you said. And you said, fuck, I forgot what you said. Oh, you said you felt comfortable. Come on. What's up?
He gave me a candy that I ate on the spot.
Pause.
To push me on the swing.
Oh my
I
God.
think I told him that's all right and continued talking to him.
Oh
Asking
shit.
Dumb little kid questions. He introduced himself as Robbie, I still remember to the day, and told me he was friends with my mom. Since she was running late, he'd have to pick me up after camp.
No.
I said okay, and around that time, my counselors shouted for our group to assemble our line by the gate so we could leave. We got back to our group's home area, where we would sit and wait for the parents to come pick the kids up. I saw Robbie approaching the bench, and he said to Cal, one of my counselors, that he was picking me up for the day since my mom wasn't available.
Hell no.
Cal looked at me and made sure I knew him. I nodded my head. Cal crossed my name off in his notebook and high-fived me goodbye, and I walked off with...
That must mean Kyle and, what's his name? Rodney? Whatever his name is. is in cahoots. He has to be. That's crazy as hell. Nah. You're a little ass kid. You don't know no better. You know what I mean? Like, that's... If I was in your situation, I would have told the counselor or whoever is in control of this group. If I was a parent, I would have told the counselor or whatever, hey, do not let my kid leave unless I'm the only one picking this motherfucker up. I don't care. I don't care who else it is. I don't care if it's my significant other. I don't care if it's my best friend. I don't care. If it's not me picking up my son, my daughter, you got to take it in your hands now. Or you wait until I get there. Do not let nobody else pick up my son. Take my son. No. That's not how we rocking. That's not how we roll. Jesus.
Robbie guy.
Robbie.
I remember he grabbed and held my hand as we walked.
Oh, I'm about to say, what
I
he...
also remember that he was walking extremely fast. Like it was hard for me to keep up with my short little legs. We made it to his car. He let me in the back passenger seat. He seemed to be in a hurry. He rushed into his seat, started the car, locked the doors, and started driving fast out of the parking lot.
Oh my God.
I asked, "Are you taking me home?" "Yeah," he replied.
Paul,
I remember hearing some yelling noises from outside the car. I lifted myself off the seat to look out the rear window and saw two of my counselors pointing at the car I was in to one of the park supervisors. This is when things got scary for my little self. As I was looking out the back window, the man screamed at the top of his lungs to get the fuck down. I got so scared I started to cry and tried opening the door when he was at a red light, but he had the child lock on.
Oh, of course.
He tried to calm me down by apologizing, saying he was driving me home. I can't remember what exactly I was thinking, but I do remember being scared, starting to wonder if I was actually being brought home. We were in the car for quite some time, and I started to realize I didn't recognize where we were. We were not anywhere near my house.
Wow.
I felt like I had to throw up from being so scared. I remember Robbie muttering, oh shit," constantly under his breath, and he kept looking in his rearview mirror. Then, the sound of a police siren directly behind us made him scream in anger once more. He pulled to the side on a neighborhood road and told me to go along with whatever he said, but he didn't have a chance for that. Two police officers stormed out from the car with their guns half drawn and yelled at Robbie to step out of the vehicle with his hands up. He did so without question and was cuffed while they had him laying face first on the concrete. He was brought into the car while the other officer stuck with me, comforted me, and asked me questions. Another cop car arrived, and so did my mom in her minivan. She was in tears and hugged me when she got out. So backing
Mom, get the fuck off me. Where was your ass at this whole time? Huh? Where was you at? I don't want to hear shit you have to say. And you better pray to God you was not getting dick down. Or pussy down. I don't know. I don't know how you work, Mom. I don't. It better be like a legend. You know what? I don't even care what you have to say. I don't. Sorry, I don't. I don't care if he had to go save the world. Like, you don't leave me like that. And I'm only late. I'm only yay big. Come on. Get the hell out of here, bro. Don't you ever in your life do that shit again. You do that again, I'm signing some divorce papers and you're not going to be my mom no more. Point blank, period.
When Robbie, or whatever his real name was walking me to his car, my mom had already gotten to the bench to pick me up. When Cal told her some man already picked me up, That's when they ran to catch what car we got into and called the cops right away. One of the camp supervisors was actually tailing us on the road, which is why Cal was panicking and how the cops were able to locate us. Now you can see why I wish I could block this memory out. It's disturbing, it's sickening, and I often have to think about the horrible, unimaginable things that could have been done to me if I had not been saved.
Stop thinking about that shit. Just know you got out of there, barely.
There was this one night after work where all the employees at my job clocked out a little late because we happened to be extremely busy that night.
Right.
As usual, we cleaned the store and headed for the front to clock out. That night after work, I would be hanging with two of my coworkers. We smoked a blunt and went to Wingstop.
Hey.
All was well. 1 a.m. finally struck. I needed to be home and I needed gas. I said bye to my two coworkers and headed for the nearest gas station. It was actually right around the corner from my work.
Okay.
Thank God, because I had gone to work with it running on E. My car was running on fumes. Although being the closest gas station, I avoid this one for many reasons, as do many other people, especially at this time of night. There's often homeless drug addicts walking through it. Many people hit cars and drive off, fights, people scream in the cars. It just manages to attract the wrong people.
So this is a personal hot spot for cluckness activity. That's all you saying. That's what you saying. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and need you to wrap it up. Okay? Please. It's dark as shit. I just realized what the gas station says. It says die. I can't really see. Oh, diesel? Diesel. I don't really know. It's like you got regular gas and then you got the other gas. Is that what that is? Oh God. But I just caught that die part.
Pulling up to the pump, the high officially leaves. I come to realize that I'm about to pump gas at a cornered gas station hidden by buildings at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Hurry up then.
No car, no person was seen in sight. I got out and turned around to reach inside for my wallet. I come up, and there's this homeless man going through the trash with this very large white bag.
Why did I jump?
I'm not talking about big hefty that promises to keep all your household trash intact all the way to the outside trash can.
Hefty.
I mean, this bag was freakishly big, and I couldn't see through it. I was startled at first, as I didn't even hear him walking or anything.
Wow.
I insert my card and look over. His head is in the trash at this point.
What?
I see him digging for recyclables, I think. And I just continue trying to get the thing to take my card. To be safe again, I make sure I lock my car once more. And this is where things get scary. As the sound of the car goes off, this man perks his head up, almost deer-like, and makes direct eye contact. He looks to be at least 6'4", but really skinny.
Damn.
He had injection marks all over his body.
Oh,
and
shit.
His skin was peeling, rashing, and he had a buzz cut. Despite him obviously being a drug addict, his face wasn't affected too badly yet. Look, they gave me a bag big enough to fit a dead body in. The words didn't seem real. I felt the color leave my body.
Who says that?
Just then, this man picks up an old metal little kid's bike from the other side of the trash can. He begins to slowly, step by step, come closer and begins telling me he wasn't going to take me. He held the kid's bike like it was weightless. Mind you, I'm a girl and personally have no arm strength.
You're a girl? Shit.
I'm not going to take you. We're not going to take you. Don't look scared. Look pretty. At this point, I was already inching my way closer to my car. I jumped for it, and that's when I booked it out of there and realized there was another man hiding at the pump behind me.
Shit!
The other man was wearing a mask that covered both his mouth and nose. So much could have happened that night, and I'm glad it didn't go the other way. I'm pretty sure that man was going to come up from behind me and either make me smell something to leave me unconscious or who knows what. Please be safe out there, and always be prepared for the unexpected.
That's why you should always have Adidas on. And I think God was on your side on that one.
When I was 10, my uncle used to own a property in Kentucky, which was not too far of a drive from our home in Virginia. He was an avid hunter, so his place was in the middle of the woods.
avid hunter, aka avid clucker, aka avid, excuse me, sorry, clucker, that, you're not a hunter, you're a clucker. There's no such thing as hunting. Because in the end result, you're just gonna cluck. I don't know why I stuttered. You're just gonna cluck yourself. 9 times, 10 times out of 10, that's just what's gonna happen. Especially if you live next to some woods like this, and it's a big open area like this, bruh. Goddamn. Shit. Excuse me, sorry. It was like a piece of popcorn about yay small was just in my throat. I know it was just there, it was just chilling. I know this is like just a picture, but I also know that Mr. Nightmare is trying to give us like images, trying to put the story in our heads. You're not a hunter. You're a clucker. Okay, I'm done.
Big hunting area. He let my dad take us there when he wasn't using it, just as a nice little escape from the suburbs, because we all love the secludedness. I would love to go on hikes in the woods by myself, because I've always been a nature freak.
God!
One time while hiking late in the day, I thought I heard footsteps around me.
You did.
They sounded like human footsteps. So I turned and started walking the other way. At the edge of the woods, however, I saw someone standing behind a tree, very shady-like.
Yeah,
I think he was trying to hide. I ran back in the direction of the property and went inside the house. I told my dad I was being watched in the woods. He told me to just stay on my uncle's property and not wander off.
Okay.
I didn't want to go back outside after that anyway, though.
Right.
My dad and 2 little brothers went off to pick up a pie at a nearby pizza place. I stayed behind because I'd rather watch the movie that was playing on the TV. I'd been alone in that home many times. I wasn't scared.
I would've.
I heard steps coming up the little wooden front porch. There was a knock at the door.
Nah.
I jumped up to let them in because I was starving.
First of all, if I was you, you said you've been in that house alone plenty of times. Every time I would be alone in that house, I would be scared shitless. I kid you not, I promise you. You live literally a couple of feet from the woods. You're isolated from everybody. You just thought, you was pretty sure that somebody was following you. And then this, and then another thing, right? You popped up because you heard somebody knocking. So you thought it was your peoples. Wouldn't they have the key? Think about it. Wouldn't they have a key to the house? Why would they knock on the door? Jesus.
I froze at the door, thinking, how could they be back so quickly? Dad? I said through the door.
My ass.
Someone on the other side said it's not your dad, but we need some help.
What?
My heart dropped. I looked out the window to the porch. It was still just bright enough to see an unfamiliar man standing on the porch. He noticed me at the window, looked at me, and smiled. I shut the curtains and yelled, "Dad, there's someone here at the front door." I was pretending as if my dad were still home. "We saw your dad leave just before. Just open the door. We just need some help."
Shit!
I ran to my uncle's master bedroom to hide there. There was a tap at his window, and I saw a second man outside. He also yelled, "Open the door, please." I heard kicks at the front door of the home. It was a very flimsy old wooden door, and it gave in easily. I panicked and went to my uncle's closet where he kept his guns. I grabbed his shotgun, which he taught me how to use, and as the door to the bedroom opened, I aimed the gun at the tall man's torso. He raised his hands and nervously laughed, telling me to calm down. He backed away, back to the front door with his hand still raised.
I would have shot you already.
Said, "We're gonna leave, okay?"
My ass.
The two men walked away into the woods, no car in sight. My dad soon returned to see the broken-in door, and I explained everything. He called the cops, who stayed with us while my dad did his best to fix up the door. My uncle installed cameras and a stronger door the next time he drove in there, and he sold the place a few years later.
As soon as they entered the room, I would have shot. I don't care. I would have shot them dead.
The following story takes place on one of the worst days of my life.
Right.
My crazy ex-girlfriend and I had just broken up after having a screaming match in her car. She basically told me where I could shove it.
Aww.
Left me in the rain in some parking lot of an abandoned office supply store.
Boo-hoo.
It was way too late in the night to call either of my parents to pick me up. And of course my sister was in a different state. So I tried calling an Uber as I walked out of the lot towards the street. I swear, adding to my misfortune, every single Uber canceled on me.
Wow.
One after the other. It got to the point I wanted to cry out loud and scream.
Yeah. If I was an Uber driver, and I'm not, hypothetically speaking, I would personally know where all the cluck spots are. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is where people get clucked up at. I'm not about to go there. You good. Cancel. Bop. I would know where all the hot spots were. The sus spots were. Cluck spots were. Weird spots were. Pedophile-ish spots were. I think that's it. And every time somebody try to Uber, like I got a notification they want to Uber from those different spots. Cancel. I
was a 15-minute walk from home. I figured to hell with it, I'd walk it. But shortly into my walk, an SUV pulled up to me.
What?
3 guys were inside. They seemed around 30. The guy in the back said, "Yo man, you need a ride?"
Nah, you good, I'm good.
Figured why not.
What? What the fuck is wrong with people, bro? What the fuck? You know, I 100% guarantee that you don't have Adidas on. But you could have still ran and hauled ass to your house. You said it was a 15-minute walk. You could have at least made it at least a 10-minute, 8-minute walk. I mean, 8-minute, like, yeah. You know what I mean? You could have went from 15 minutes to 10 minutes. Now, if you had on Adidas, you could have went from 15 minutes to like 5 minutes. But that's just me. Who the fuck? Van comes out of nowhere. It's dark as hell. It's raining. Hey, man, you need a ride? Oh, yeah, why not? What? Then what? I don't care if it's raining. I don't care what's going on. I'm not about to. No. That was so clucking stupid. You're a cluck ass.
I lose at that point. It beats walking in the rain. I hopped in the open seat in the back and thanked all of them. I gave the driver my address, and he started on his way to my house.
Your real address?
I tried making conversation by talking about how I just broke up with my ex. Tried to make light of it, but they didn't respond in the way I was hoping. The guy in the front passenger seat turned to look at me. I looked back for a second, expected him to laugh or say something, but he just looked at me with this blank, emotionless expression. His eyebrows slightly raised, mouth hanging open as if he were trying to intimidate me. I looked away, out the window, though I could still sense him looking at me through my peripheral vision. The GPS voice said turn right on the next road, but the driver turned left.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh. Yo, I think you went the wrong way, I said to the driver. The guy sitting right next to me said, Nah, chill, man. The lack of communication in this car was really adding to the building tension. I noticed we were entering quieter, if not dead streets with few houses or buildings nearby. I was scared to say what I said next, because I knew if they didn't acknowledge it or listen to it, It meant I was in a bad situation. I asked the driver to just drop me off on the side. I'd walk. And his response was just laughter. The guy in the front passenger seat joined him in laughing. The sound of the doors locking as the car was coming to a stop was the moment I knew. I knew I had to run. I flicked the freshly locked switch back up and pushed the door open. The guy sitting next to me started yelling, "Get him," as I felt his hands try to grip my arm. I got out from the car, though, and I ran into the adjacent patch of trees which sat next to the parkway. I bolted across the parkway, and yes, there were still cars speeding by at this hour. I almost risked my life passing that parkway just to escape those goons. I'm not sure if they were just trying to rob me, kidnap me, or what, but I feel like if they were trying to just rob me, they could have done that anywhere and driven off. They didn't. And that's what scares me to think about.
They was going to do a whole lot more than rob you. And it sounded like it was like 3 of them. If not just 2, but they was going to rob you and then some. And still clock you in the ass and in all your holes. I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it blunt with you. I think story number 1 took the cake. Like that was the one that was like, oh my God, that's really disturbing. Because the reason I say that is because like you in reality you're a kid. What was a kid? In the first story, how old? Like 6, 7? I don't know. And when you're that young, for the most part, you don't really know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, you got a sense, but like, you don't really know exactly what's going on. Like, you don't know as much as you would know if you was a teenager. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some kids out here that are woke or hip to the game and that have book and street smarts and Adidas smarts. That's a new one. But the first kid in the first story didn't have none of that. None. It was like he was a regular kid. My thing is like, if the mom always picked up the kid, never been late, was always there to get her kid, and the chaperones or whatever from the group know the parents or know the people that come and get their kid or the kid on a regular basis, if they know them by name and they know their faces, don't you think it would set off like something in the chaperone's head, in the teacher's head, when another person who's old as hell, right, come gets the kid, like a kid? Don't you think that would set off something in your head like, hey, mother clucking, what's up? Something ain't right. We've been doing field trips 3 times out of the month. This is the 11th month that we've been going. Now it's December. And a parent, the real parent, has never been late and came right on time in getting her kid. So who the hell are you? She didn't say nothing to me. She didn't say nothing to the kid. What's up? Where the hell you come from? I need some communication. Like, what's up with you? Hey, that was so disturbing. Because that's real, because that happens. Oh God. And stuff like that makes me really kind of paranoid, because like one day I do want to have kids, but it's like I'm gonna try to be there for my kids every time. Every single time. So I would be really iffy on having somebody else that's not my significant other pick up my kid or kids. Because if I'm late for some reason, just stay with the kid. Like, I'll make sure that the teacher, I'll pay you, whatever, out of pocket, I don't care. Just stay, hey, Miss Jones, just stay with Kyle, okay? Just stay with him, please, until I get there. I'm on my way, okay? I'm sharing my GPS with you, okay? So you know when I'm coming. Pause. Just stay with my kid, please. Do not let nobody pick my kid up. If somebody pick my kid up, that's your ass. I'm boxing you. But that one, yeah. That's crazy. And then number 4, you're a cluck ass for that. You are the definition of a cluck ass. Like, it's dark, raining, and you're about 15 minutes walking distance from your house, which is not that far. You could have just walked that, but you didn't. You decided to get in a random ass van with people you do not know. You're a cluck ass. But yeah, number 1 just scares the hell out of me, bro. It really does. Sorry. I just hope anybody that have kids, you're just overprotective. Cause my mom was. I was very sheltered as a kid. I have book smarts. I don't really have like necessarily street smarts. I kind of do now, but when I was a kid, nah. I had no street smarts. There's really no reason for me to have street smarts because I wasn't really out there on the streets. But just be cautious for people that have kids. That's all I'm saying. Keep it cool. I told you I wasn't gonna crush this popcorn. I already got food set for me. But I gotta have my snacks. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family.